taking. Amid the ongoing disturbance with China across the LAC, India is going to deploy Pralay ballistic missiles at the China border. The Defence Ministry has cleared the procurement of 120 such tactical ballistic missiles for the armed forces. Now, this particular missile has a range of 150 to 500 kilometers. The missile can defeat interceptors and it can change its path midway. Both China and Pakistan already have these tactical ballistical missiles. These are the details we have with us so far. Now, I do want to share with you more about what is in the plans. The missiles have been developed by the Defence Research and Development Organization. They've been further developed and their range can be extended significantly if the forces want it to be so. This is a missile system that actually started development back in 2015, and it was given a capability. The capability was given a push by the late General Bipin Rawat when he was the Chief of the Army Staff. Now, my colleague Akash is with us. Akash, the missiles have successfully tested twice last year, December 21st and December 22nd. Can you tell us more about this? I know it's a quasi-ballistic surface-to-surface missile. What does that mean, and what could its impact be in the India-China LAC front?
Right. So, Toya, first of all, both China and Pakistan have this sort of ballistic missiles, and this is very important in terms that when we have borders with both these countries, so now we are going to deploy these missiles at our borders as well fast. Secondly, talking about the particular project, so as you rightly mentioned, this particular missile system, in fact, the project was started in 2015. And after the successful trials and the tests that you have just mentioned, finally, Defence Ministry has given a green signal for the procurement, and we have been given to understand that initially we are, procuring 120 ballistic missiles for armed forces, specifically for the borders. And, Toya, it is important to mention because we know the kind of conditions that we have with China as of now, also the disturbance that we have faced in the, in this particular month, and also the disturbances that we have seen in past 2 years. So it is very important. Also, talking about this missile system, so this particular missile can take out targets from 150 to 500 kilometers, and the important factor is that it is extremely difficult for enemy to intercept this particular missile through interceptor, and this is what the features and functions are. Also, talking about this particular Defence Ministry's meeting where, this particular missile system was given a green signal. So officers are in opinion that as of now, we are working on our capabilities. We should focus on preparedness. And this is what we are seeing from last so many years when India is focusing on Atmanirbharta, when India is focusing on indigenous platforms. And we have seen how in both, Indian Air Force or in Indian Navy for that matter, and Indian Army. So all three forces are working on Atmanirbharta. Yes, it is an important step in terms of preparedness of Indian Army and the armed forces. And, it is very important to give a clear message that, India has now all the capabilities. India has a future-ready force, and also these capabilities where we can, defend our borders, where we can teach you a lesson in case you try something, a sort of invasion or any other thing.
Okay, Akash, stay with us. Major General A.K. Sivaj is also with us on the phone right now. He's a defense expert. Let me go over to him to understand more. General, thank you so much for joining us here at CNN News 18. General, if you could just explain to our audiences in a more detailed manner, what is India's capability right now when it comes to ballistic missiles, and how does the Pralay take us a step further? How does it equip us further?
Well, as far as India ballistic missile capability is concerned, it is quite robust. You see, we have series of missiles. We have a Prithvi, which are there from short range till the medium range. Then we have a Agni, which is going up till about 5,000 kilometers, which we have tested, Agni 5. And these are all nuclear capable missiles. But this induction of Pralay is a game changer. Because you see, the issue is it has a range of between 150 to 500. So it is a short-range ballistic missile. And the advantage of this is that one is that it cannot be intercepted. Second thing is very difficult to detect. Third thing is the accuracy is almost 99%. And fourth thing is that it can be fired in all type of weather condition as well as night. And that's why it is a game changer. And it is compared to a Iskander missile which Russians are using against Ukraine. But the point is, it is better than that. The fact is that it can't be intercepted and it can fire in all type of weather condition. It gives edge over even Iskander. But all said and done, India is very well prepared. As far as the missile, you can say our life system is concerned and the way we have developed missile, this is creditable, starting from Prithvi, going up till Parle, then going to Agni. So you are covering almost from 50 kilometer to almost 5,000 kilometer. And in addition to that, you have also BrahMos. BrahMos is again a nuclear capable missile, which is a joint venture between India and Russia. This is a game changer, force multiplier. A lot of countries have asked for it, Indonesia, Malaysia, South Africa, because that is the best intercontinental ballistic missile is there. But the point is, as far as the Parle is concerned, it will make tremendous difference. And that's why we are now deploying this on the Chinese border. So the message is very clear as far as Chinese are concerned, that we are well prepared, we have a capability and capacity, and we'll hit you where it hurts you. And not only that, against Chinese, we are also deploying against Pakistani. 120 Parle missiles have been already given order, and now they will be deployed both northern and western border. So overall, I can say, as far as missile system is concerned, we can say proudly, this is a success story, and majority of it is produced indigenously. Parle is totally indigenously produced by the country, and it's a matter of pride that it is one of the most potent weapon available in our armory today.
General, if I could ask you, the former Chief of Defence Staff, the late General Bipin Rawat, had this vision for Indian rocket force. And it's known that Pralay will form the crux of that dream. Can you walk our audiences through what General Bipin Rawat's vision was with the rocket force and how Pralay forms a part of that?
You see, the point, what was General Rawat's vision was, he was aware about the capability of the Chinese. The Chinese have a very good rocket force as well as a missile force. So before the war takes place, you'll find it that the Chinese will be using this force, both missile and rocket force, to create a maximum destruction in opponent country. Now, to counter that and also to make sure that you punish Chinese, if they venture like this, you need a rocket force. There's no doubt. The rocket force is more required against Chinese rather than Pakistan. But against Chinese, that was the plan, that you must have the best of the missile, best of the rocket force. And we are building up. We are building up because, see, the war scenario has changed now. So it is not combat. If you see Russian-Ukraine war also, the impact which Russia is now making on Ukraine is basically its rocket and missile force, which is going and hurting the energy infrastructure of Ukraine because they were not very successful on a ground operation. In fact, they are on a back foot as far as the East Ukraine is concerned. What is the game changer as far as Russia is concerned? The missile and the rocket force which they are there, and they are able to destroy the complete energy sector of Ukraine as well as their military infrastructure. So that's why the rocket force is there to stay, and it is a vision for future. And the Russia-Ukraine war has already given us this indication that you must have the best of the missile and rockets, because the war will be fought with this before you join the ground forces. So I suppose we are unfolding it, and in time to come, you'll find India will be capable in a manner that we have one of the best missile and rocket force.
Okay, all right. Sir, thank you so much for joining us here on CNN News 18.